Dire team back. Radiant team back.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the final, the deciding game in the grand finals for the TT eSports Dota 2 weekly number 12. Powered by Androids and of course brought to you today by me, your caster, your host, Kanaz. We're going to be here with the, again, grand final, iNfernity, going up against Fureur Gaming.
Windrunner at your service.
And iNfernity going to be on the Dire. It looks like they're going to have first pick Fureur, as I've been calling them, going to be on the Rain side with the second. The first ban phase already completed here, with Magnus and Nyx going to be the bans for iNfernity, Wisp and Batrider, Fur's response, and the first pick actually going to be Windrunner. Definitely not a hero we see first picked very often, or ever, in quite some time.
10 seconds.
Maybe it was getting maybe she got first picked like around TI1, but that's 2 years ago, so been a while. But iNfernity, they're valuing her pretty highly here. It looks like just ready to go all in on that Windrunner first pick. So if they want her, they're going to take her now. Gyro and Bane going to be the response from Fur. So going for a couple more traditional picks in the form of the Gyro and Bane. And then Nature's Prophet and Luna coming up for iNfernity. So all three of these heroes we haven't seen them play at all yet today. So maybe they're busting out some of their little special sauce here for the finals, the third final game in these finals. Of course, actually only the second game, but it is 1-1 in the best of three, simply because iNfernity, they needed a delay, and they needed it bad enough that they accepted a game loss for the second game. Like, well, whatever we need to do, we need to do it so bad, we'll just pretend that we're playing a game that we're losing for 45 minutes. So they took it, and we're going to see if that comes back to bite them. They don't have the wiggle room after winning the first game that they might have otherwise had.
Dire team ban.
And Lifestealer now, going to be the third and final pick from Fur in that first picking phase. So, real traditional team coming out in sort of the current metagame from Fur with Gyro, Lifestealer, Bane, all heroes that we see picked up kind of in this first pick phase rather often, while iNfernity have kind of picked up a little more unusual heroes, actually choosing to pick up Luna, Windrunner in this first pick phase. Nature's Prophet, of course, a hero that we do occasionally see picked up. Certain teams really like running the Nature's Prophet and picking him up in the first pick phase just because he'll otherwise get banned out, sometimes even getting banned out in the first ban phase. But here we go, second bans. iNfernity looking like they might have all three of their cores. They could run the Windrunner as a support as well, if they want to go that route, but I wouldn't be too surprised to see Windrunner just end up in that mid lane with their current lineup. Looks like Fur may be thinking that the Windrunner will be a support, banning out the Weaver. Weaver definitely a hero that we would see as sort of another hero that wants to solo or farm in some way. And probably leads to like Nature's Prophet in the off lane, or even mid, Weaver off lane, Luna, Windrunner, other lane. Maybe Vengeful Spirit? Maybe Drow? How sweet would that be, Drow? Get some auras going on with all those ranged heroes. But we're going to see mostly supports being banned out, otherwise from them Keeper Light and Shadowed, even their follow-up bans. Meantime, iNfernity, they chose to ban out Storm Spirit, just in case. Don't want to end up against Storm Spirit, Lifestealer. It's a pretty good combo. Lone Druid is just an off-lane choice they could go with. And finally, Lena. And iNfernity gonna pick up Witch Doctor. So now I know they're doing something crazy, because Witch Doctor's a hero we basically never see. Definitely has some pluses. You can make arguments for why Witch Doctor is a great hero, a powerful hero. Hero deserving of picks. But you could also make arguments for Witch Doctor being terrible, like having a stun that often does nothing. At least as often as it does something, it does absolutely nothing. And he has the very, very difficult to land Maledict. His heal doesn't really get better with levels, and it's very mana intensive. And then of course, his ult very powerful if you can just sit there and cast it, but it's a channeling ult, kind of much in the same vein as Crystal Maidens, except a little bit more reliable since it just targets one dude. Chen going to be the pickup from Fur in response, and then we're going to see an Ancient Apparition pick from iNfernity. So they're kind of all over the place with this particular lineup. Excuse me.
10 seconds remaining.
Getting tired. So Ancient Apparition, they're kind of picking up a lot of heroes that we don't see a ton of, and Slark going to be the final pick from Fur. And I think if we've learned anything from the TI3 qualifiers, Slark doesn't lose. You can just ride that Slark to victory. We'll see how it works out for Fur in this game. Kind of expect that we're going to see Slark in that mid lane. And that probably leaves Chen, obviously in the jungle, with Lifestealer Bane as a dual lane. Maybe Slark off lanes here and we send Gyro mid. Can't really imagine sending Gyro off lane. It seems incredibly risky. Especially against the Luna Witch Doctor Ancient Apparition tri-lane that's probably going to be coming out. There's a decent amount of kill potential. Not like the most, but against just something like a Gyro that really has no surviving potential. Can work
10
out.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
And just gonna wait for these players to pick up their heroes now, and we can get into this game. Get underway here, and see who's gonna be able to take it out. And of course the pause that starts off every Dota game since the beginning of time. Whoops. Shoot. My overlay is ultra strange right now. There we go. They changed the Frostos head skinning to Snows of Frostos. So we'll see how they want to lane. I think the Dire side have a pretty obvious setup. They can run that tri-lane aggressively. I don't know if they necessarily will. Might be a decent opportunity to with the Chen in the jungle. I mean that they mostly are going to have a 3v2 matchup in the lane if they want to go that route. Nature's Prophet though can just abandon the dual lane pretty easily. And if they really want to secure the Luna farm early, it's obviously going to be better to just run the safe dual lane. Or safe tri-lane, excuse me. But we'll see what they end up doing. We finally get unpaused here. And then we get to watch some Dota, and I actually get to cast some Dota instead of just sort of running a light commentary over it. So it doesn't look like Fur heading off into their off lane for the moment. Can't imagine they're going to run an aggressive try here. If they do, that means they're going to have an aggressively jungling Chen, which is kind of strange. It's definitely something they could do, but I just don't really see it happening. So it's possible they just want to make sure they get some wards off in these pull camps and the like to try and keep Slark safe up here, but with everyone up here, and oh my. Oh my. Chilling touch. Getting that big damage.
30 seconds to battle.
Can't they do this? I guess they have more treants coming in. They're going to be able to tank them up with that. Fur looking around trying to find something, but I think iNfernity have this. That Witch Doctor heal, too strong. It's too powerful. This is the weirdest line. But there it is. A 0-minute Roshan. Luna gonna take the Aegis. That's level 2 for everyone on the iNfernity squad. And that's how you want to start off a game. Just a level up, bunch of gold, and skilled kind of strangely on a couple of the heroes. Mostly just Witch Doctor. Windrunner doesn't have anything particularly unusual. Same with Luna. Alright, so down in this bottom lane we are running the aggressive tri-lane. And it looks like they are just going to be against Slark, which is pretty much what I thought might happen once they first started heading up towards that top lane. And that means they're going to be jungling Chen aggressively. Guess they don't really have great heroes for punishing this, and Chen roaming around to the back of mid. All he has is a Hellbear though, and I don't think they can actually get this kill without something like a net. Comes the Hellbear in from behind though. Clap is going to land, but all it's going to be able to do is a little bit of damage. Power shot hits on Chen. He actually ends up taking quite a bit of damage himself. And it looks like he might be just heading back to jungle in his safe lane. Bane moved down to the bottom lane as well. So it looks like they're going to help Slark out against the tri-lane. Just leave Gyro up there to face off solo. Gets the Nature's Prophet. Or excuse me, Lifestealer. Right, Lifestealer. Gyro's in the mid lane. Right. So Lifestealer actually shouldn't have that difficult of a time up there against Nature's Prophet. He'll take some harass, and we can see it's kind of already happening. He'll get hit quite a few times, especially with those treants. They'll probably keep slapping him. But should be able to get pretty decent last hits as well, especially once he gets going. We'll see what he ends up building towards, if he's going to go phase boots, treads, Midas. I wouldn't really expect Midas with no one defending him, because he won't get absolute free fire without anyone here. But here we go. Pause 2. Pause of the Ancients 2. I'm sure someone more clever than I could have thought of a good way of saying that. I don't know. Well, I don't know what's going on for the moment. Why we have these pauses? There's a bunch of pings coming out. I guess he's just having computer issues. Internet. It must be computer issues since he didn't pause himself and say sorry before he disconnected. There we go, reconnect, let's get to it. It's only a minute into the game. We had a level 1 Roshan attempt that was successful. This Luna is going to be level 3 at 1 minute. How are these two doing? They're getting close to level 3 as well. Not that their skills are particularly useful. Cold feet could be relevant. I don't like when my feet are cold, and I'm assuming the heroes on the Radiant side also would prefer their feet nice and toasty. Alright, back to it. So we got the supports rotated down towards this bottom lane, helping out Slark. It looks like they don't really want to just force him to be up against this tri-lane. He probably gets killed quite a few times, at least early on. Looks like he has chosen to get taunts as well as the Essence Shift. Gogi might lose his life here. Actually, Matrix is definitely going to lose his life here. And when I said Gogi might lose his life, I meant he might lose the Aegis, but it was pretty aggressive from Slark. He knew he was going to take a bunch of damage. He had already used Leap to initiate, and the best case scenario is you pop the Aegis. I don't know. That's kind of silly play, I think, from Fureur right there. And they ends up paying for it. Slark gets first blooded, and that went actually the way of Witch Doctor. I think he last hit it with Cask, actually.
Heads up!
Those big Cask last hits. Gonna back off for now, though. He's approaching level 3 as well. We see Luna already up to level 4. So is the second point in the aura as well as Lucent Beam. Pretty standard method of leveling her. We got going up on this top lane Lifestealer. Choosing for the no points in rage build, I think also pretty common when you know you're up against Nature's Prophet. You got that extra point in rage, right? Yeah. Or feast, excuse me. Grabbing the points of feast, pretty standard as well. Jabba gonna get killed in the mid lane. Grazine last hitting with the power shot. The support pair too powerful. Look at how icy their hands are. Their touch so chilling. Point Maledict picked up now for level 3 at Witch Doctor, and actually Ancient Apparition also going 1-1-1 with the point in Ice Vortex picked up now. Kind of surprised to see that.
Tower is under attack.
Ice Vortex certainly a powerful skill, but it's kind of mana intensive, and just having more Cold Feet might have been a little bit more useful. Whatever. I'm sure he knows what he's doing. And the support's just going to come back down this middle lane, or bottom lane again, excuse me. Gogi. Continuing to get farm on the Luna, doing pretty decently, going about even actually with the Slark, which is actually somewhat surprising. Nature's taking a little bit of harass there from the Witch Doctor. Don't worry about it, the guy's so good. Just got like Maledict and doesn't afraid of anything. Grazine trading last hits with or harass with Jabba. It's actually, it looks like it's pretty much going in favor of Grazine at the moment. That kill, obviously giving him a little bit of advantage, and the rune gonna spawn bottom. Windrunner easily going to be able to just outrun Gyrocopter to take it. Looks like the sleep gonna come off an LCF, and Crimson probably gonna lose his life for this. Does go down, Ancient Apparition gets that last hit, Chilling Touch. Just making these heroes do so much damage. Gogi gonna get that kill. Matrice ends up finishing off Luna, but they trade 2 deaths. Both supports go down for that Aegis. And that's a 4-minute Aegis. It was gonna be down in about a minute anyways. I feel like Luna's gonna be okay with that trade all day. Rio taking a little bit of damage on the AA, just gonna be able to stay back. They do have this Hellbear Smasher, sort of trying to zone those supports out. They don't want to get hit by the clap. It does do quite a bit of damage. It's like
Radiant's top tower is under
150.
attack.
The slow, also pretty brutal though. Could set up a kill very easily for the Slark. As long as he doesn't utilize that leap to jump in, he should be fine. Actually choosing to put 2 points in Dark Pack, I think a little bit unusual, a little away from the standard. Since leap, the cooldown does go down by quite a bit, as well as the level, or damage is scaling linearly with levels, so it's typically worth it just to get the points in leap, I think. There we go, Matrice gonna take a ton of damage. He leaps to dodge the stun, so well-timed leap there, but I mean, that's another reason why the leap is pretty powerful early on. You can utilize it a lot more often just to go in and then escape if need be. On that 8-second cooldown? Yeah, 8-second at level 4. Haste Rune bottom. Probably not going to see anyone but Windrunner try and make a run for it, and Windrunner actually using Windrun, so he'll definitely be the one making that run down there. It's going to have a Haste Rune, and it looks like there's probably going to be a tower push going on here, with that rotation from Nature's Prophet as well. So he's already got level 7, which means he's maxed out Tree and summons 5 of them. And it sounds like Shackle Shot went off there, didn't seem to latch anything. Grazine gonna get put to sleep. The Hellbear gonna clap, doesn't actually do much of anything. 1 kill down, Nature's Prophet gets the last hit on Chen. Crimson looking to be in trouble as well. The stun's gonna be there as well as the Shackle Shot. Crimson gonna go down. Witch Doctor once again getting the last hit with the bounce from Casket. Working pretty well for him, but now it's time to kill this tower, I think. Gonna move back. Matrice has to be somewhat careful. I imagine he actually has the mana. He does not have mana to leap quite yet. Now he's gonna have it, and just gonna leap that way. Unfortunately, oh, is he just out of vision range? Oh, wow. So he's in range to get slowed by it, but not for the vision, because it does get vision right in the middle. Slark, just barely surviving there, doesn't have the mana to TP, even if he gets that TP sent to himself. He's going to waste a lot of time. Just because we wanted to get a couple last hits under the tower with 5 heroes in between the tier 1 and tier 2. You know, maybe a little questionable play there. And maybe gets punished for it a little bit, but iNfernity 6-0 now on the kill score. And it doesn't look like they're planning on slowing this aggression up anytime soon. Dropping this very aggressive ward right here in the Radiant jungle. And it looks like Chen maybe thinking about making his way as well. Crimson getting ganked up again, gonna get out of range of the cold feet, at least for a moment. LCF going to take away that nightmare to make sure that Luna can get the kill, and then Chen, buddy, that's not really where you want to be. LCF probably going to go down here. He's trying to heal up. The shockwave going to be coming through. Is it enough damage? No, it's not going to be. Heal too strong. Meantime, Gyrocopter going to go trying to move around, trying to get back in. Grazine just gets the kill. 9-0. iNfernity really doing pretty well here. Matrice almost getting hit by that shackle shot. Oh, kind of surprised it didn't land, all things considered, with the creep wave basically directly behind it. Grazine now, no mana, getting slowed up. Here comes the stun on Magic. That bounce stun from Witch Doctor, it's too powerful. Can't even do anything about it. And it looks like Arcane Boot's going to be purchased by Ancient Apparition here. He's just really going to camp it. Less than a minute till Roshan respawns. It's very easy to tell. 9 minutes, and they killed it at like 3 seconds before the game started.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, let's look. Yeah, this is kind of a disaster. 7,500 gold lead for iNfernity, and we see experience looking about 5k. Both those pretty large margins. That's kind of what happens when you get Roshan pre-level 1. The enemy team has no idea. You're at level 2. You get to pick up a couple other skills so that maybe the decisions you made that are normally just for Roshan and kind of awkward otherwise get kind of repaired with the extra experience. Looks like Nature's Prophet ulted. And here comes the push in the mid lane now. A lot of heroes around.
Radiant's middle tower
Gonna
is under
find
attack.
a DD room, probably gonna hold it. Hope that someone more and a little more relevant gets like Nature's Prophet. That seems good.
Double damage.
Here we go.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Time to start going for Roshan again. Anything Matrice loses his life in the mid lane. AAL's gonna fly in, doesn't really hit on much of anything. Just a couple creeps. Go get stunned up by a homing missile. Just doesn't want to lead it back to the Roche pit. They should be aware that this is going on. If they did it before the 1 minute mark, they can probably do it again at the 10-minute mark.
Roshan has fallen to the dire.
And they get another Roshan, so Luna gets another Aegis. In the meantime, it looks like Matrice probably going to be losing his life once again. Getting stunned up now. Just has enough abilities. The Shackle Shot, of course, getting removed by the Dark Pact. Ancient Apparition with the snipes. The snipes. Look at this guy. He was right here. Now he's dead. You know, 1 minute you're right here. Next you're dead.
Dire's middle
Life
tower
of
is under
crazy
attack.
fishman. But here we go. Chilling Touch going to be cast on the heroes once again. And attempt to besiege more towers. This tier 2 in the bottom lane. Doesn't look like anyone's even moving, trying to pretend that they're going to do anything about it.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
More Dark Pact farming coming out from Slark. It doesn't feel like the Slark is going to be able to do much of anything this game. Doesn't feel like he's going to be able to do much of anything. He's only level 6. 12 minutes in. We see even the Ancient Apparition support is level 7. On the other side, Nail gonna fly
Dire's
towards this
top
top lane as
tower is
well.
under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Turns out a couple of heroes. Crimson gonna just port out. Actually passes over Mouse of Dota on the chin as well. But they're already going for tier 3s. Looks like Gogi just going for it. He's gonna be able to get this kill on Jabba, I think.
Another
Nope.
phase begins. Radiant's middle
Oh,
tower
power
is
shot just
under
missing from
attack.
Grazine too. Held it a little too long. Gogi needs to be somewhat careful. The Eclipse gonna come through, and the Nature's Prophet Sprout actually separates magic. Leads to Gogi just being able to survive there. Gets the kill on Gyrocopter. Nature's Prophet finishes off Lifestealer. We go tier 3. Enfeeble, trying to do work. But all it's doing is negating the aura bonus on her, which is not really what you want to be doing, Matrice. Gonna get hit
Forsaken.
by the ult from AA. Stops the regen. And they're losing heroes while they're trying to fight in their base. Rex already down. Range Rex going down next. And what do? Shackle Shot not going to latch so much of anything. Probably just going to back off now. They took a lane of Rex in 13 minutes. Gogi taking some damage. A lot of heroes standing in the ult there. And Gogi going to go down. First kill on the board. LCF probably going to be losing his life as well. Grazine trying to do whatever he can. He gets that kill. Grazine going to get Shackle. Power Shot missing once again. And double kill for Slurk with that Dark Pact finishing the 2 heroes off. They end up losing 4 heroes. That's the first 4 deaths on their team in the game, but
Radiant's top
they lose
tower
those heroes
has
on the
fallen.
back of taking a lane at 13 minutes. And for, you know, they could take a little bit of consolation prize in the form of getting those kills. But how much can you say that they're really in this anymore? We can look at gold and see 15k the advantage less than 15 minutes in, experiencing about 5k after those kills being fed back. But that means they're getting more than 1,000 gold per minute above
Dire's middle tower is under
what
attack.
Fureur are getting. They have more than double their gold right now, total gold. And that's pretty insane. It's not really an easy thing to do. Regen rune going to be found in the lower river by Jabba. Looks like the next fight is going to be in the top lane, the top tier 1 already going down. The AL going to fly through. Looks like Crimson not really going to be able to have any follow-up there. If there was a power
Radiant's
shot, they
top
might have been
tower
able to
is
get that
under
kill.
attack.
Almost certainly would have been able to get that kill. There we go, tier 2, just getting absolutely destroyed. Wondering against that last hit.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Didn't actually look if they hit what they picked up. Looks like Midas and Shadowblade, and now an Orchid coming out from Nature's Prophet.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Helm of the Dominator on Luna. Kind of surprised to see that. Maybe it just should have gone for BKB. It's a little cheaper though, it gives the damage as well as some life steal. Some stayability. Slurk gonna leap on LCF, but not gonna do too much with it. The AL gonna fly through, only really hits on the Nakes. Looks like Magic gonna be alive for the moment. The Eclipse gonna go off, doesn't really do too much to anybody. It just kind of hurts a bunch of people. Nake's gonna heal up after the Infest. Shackle gonna go on Chen, not gonna do anything. So stun him momentarily. Matrix game or Rio gonna go down on the Nature's Prophet. Gogi trying to get in a fight, gonna get 1 kill. Magic still hitting him. Gogi trying to get away. The slow is there though. Magic now in a lot of trouble. Doesn't have the ult this time, and with that Shackle, gonna be his death. Ultra kill for Grazine. The buyback, of course, from Fanny as well, and they should be able to just finish off this tier 3 tower, I think. Just taking up the creep wave, making sure it's down when his creep wave arrives. Gonna pop the mech there for the armor bonus as well as the heal. And tier 3 down. Windrunner gets the last hit. How much gold does she have right now? 4,000. Ultra kills do that. Looks like they're probably gonna be able to kill these two. Those fast respawn times are pretty relevant. And Fanny gonna go down as well.
You fence me in.
Anytime Bane actually got sent back, it looks like. Not sure if that saved him. I didn't see exactly where the AL helped hit. Could have been relevant. Until we have Witch Doctor requesting that these creeps look at it and where it goes. But another tier 3 down. The fight kind of sloppy, but ends up going just slightly in favor of Fur. I think it was 4-3 for his favor. Or no, they would have gotten 6 kills. They were at 4 before because they killed Nature's Prophet after buyback. So like 6-3, that's a pretty good fight for them. You see that gold is still jumping in favor. It's not quite double anymore, but experience should be, yeah, it's coming back. It's only about 2,500. They are catching up in levels, getting all these kills on the very highly leveled Dire team, but that gold difference is going to be pretty relevant. Nature's Prophet, he's got a ton of farm. We see a Dagon picked up now by Windrunner. The Orchid, still kind of far off actually from the Nature's Prophet because he did buyback and then died again. And Luna, as a Blade of Alacrity, probably going to be just a Yasha. I'm a little surprised that they're not all up here just going for the push again. Maybe they're just going to buy time until Roshan's back up. It's only a couple minutes left. Just over 2. So it's possible they're just going to wait this out, try and go for Roshan in the near future, and then just go for the lane push once again, take the second set of racks. Gogi getting stunned up. The Woods might be in some trouble. That leap. Getting Matrice close, but he's going to be somewhat worried about just getting killed. He's trying to go for the kill on Gogi. He manages to get it up. But Matrice going to go down. Ends up trading his life for the Luna. Probably not the worst trade, all things considered. Slark isn't really doing a ton right now. He gets a kill. And a pretty high value target is a solo kill as well. And that just buys time for his team to be doing stuff. This Gyrocopter, this Nakes to try and grab some farm. And we can see they sorely need it looking at this net worth chart. Gyro's sitting 100 gold behind the Slark even.
Oh, look at it go!
Looks like a Ghost Scepter was picked up by a Witch Doctor. And it looks like a Yules will be the next choice for Ancient Apparition, which is not something I get to actually talk about very often, because AAs don't often get farm. But he's sitting pretty high on farm, 3,500, only 20 minutes in. Definitely a lot better than these other sports like the Bane is sitting at 1,400, almost 1,500. So with Yules, you can cast Cold Feet on them and then immediately cycle on them. And when they come down, they'll get stunned, frozen by the Cold Feet. Very shortly after, I think it's 4 seconds, 3.5, 4 seconds, yeah. And Yules is like 2.5 or something like that. Here we go though. Roshan gonna respawn momentarily. There he is. And immediately the fight begins. Really just absolutely nothing Fur can do about this Roshan attempt. It's gonna be the third one too, so they're gonna have cheese up. Probably see that on the Windrunner. Actually, it looks like they're gonna just give it to the Nature's Prophet. Also fair. Him dying, I think, is a little bit less of a big deal since he can, if he has buyback money, since he can buy back and just port into the fight, but doesn't actually have the buyback money right now. But it's pretty close. So if he goes down, he can just buy back, port back into this fight. It's not a big deal. If Windrunner goes down, it becomes a little bit harder. Well, here we go. Slark getting ready to leap in. The shackle is there. He's just going to go down before anything happens. Crimson going to go down as well. And that's not the way they want to start this fight. It looks like Fanny is going to go down on the Nature's Prophet. Immediately buys back and port into this fight. Gogi trying to get in a fight with Magic. It's not going super well, but he gets shackled up eventually. And that's going to be pretty much everyone down there. Buybacks flying out from both sides. Lifestealer, Chen, they're back in it. And they have to run in. They need to keep this tier 3 down. It's their last remaining tier 3. They still have the set of racks in the top lane.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
But now all of their racks are exposed. They've already lost one. The Nakes, he gets targeted. That's going to be just death very easy. Gyrocopter Now instant trolls, well, he's gonna go down. Chen, the only one left alive. Bane respawning, actually, as I'm saying that. Chen goes down. Gogi gets put to sleep. Take a nap. Over here at the Radiant Fountain, Gogi just getting ulted by
No cell can hold me.
Bane, but it doesn't really do anything. He just profit using cheese to fountain dive. No big deal. Set racks 2 down and just rotate towards the top lane. He's just profit actually gonna port. Walking way too difficult, and Fur just gonna call it.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
So Infernity, they drop a game just because they need a delay, take a game loss. They come back and they win this second game that's played, third for the match
Radiant's top barracks
in a
has
technical
fought the
sense, and they win the
now
grand
have
finals this
mega
week.
cubes.
So they're going to take home those gear prizes for the TT eSports.
Radiant's
Dota
middle
2 weekly
tower
number
is
12,
under
and they
attack.
also get the points for the monthly final tournament.
Radiant's
Of course,
middle
Fur
tower
takes
has
second place, so
fallen.
they get some points as well. All that stuff
Radiant's
sort of
middle
adds up.
tower has fallen.
And we'll probably be seeing more of both
Dire's
these
top
teams
tower
as the
is
month
under
goes on.
attack. Dire victory.
That's going to be the Ancient Falling, and that's going to be it for the cast today. Once again, thanks to our sponsor, Thermatake, TT Esports, for bringing us this tournament every week, and of course, Adjoints for sort of organizing it, getting me here. Once again, me, Kanaz. You can follow me at twitch.tv/Kanazta, Kanazta, twitter.com at KanazDota, and I believe my Facebook is also /KanazDota. If you'd like to follow that, check out my casting. I will be back tomorrow, and we will also be back next week with another weekly for TT Esports. That's going to do it for now, though. Thanks for coming, guys, and see you next time.